Babe, it's time we go to Stewart Nissan. We need to trade in our old vehicle for a new one.
I'm already on it, honey.
Shop Stewart Nissan of Enid.com from the comfort of your home and get great deals like $1,000 cash back on the all-new 2020 Nissan Sentra and $4,000 off the 2020 Murano.
And we even deliver right to your door.
Stewart Nissan, where our people make the difference.
Wilshire Cabinet & Company sets the new standard in Oklahoma with custom pre-finished fine cabinetry, built in America to last a lifetime. Meet our expert team as we get to know you and your style of living in your home. Make the perfect choices to fit your design and budget with an unrivaled level of service. Complete your project with stunning selections from our hardware, Cambria countertop, and accessory collections. Experience our gallery, where inspiration is always fun, fresh, and lively.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Is your school or booster club looking for ways to fundraise? Let Downtown Threads create a custom website to showcase all your school apparel. You pick the design and the garment, we do the rest. We will handle all the payments and cut you one check when the website is closed. Call today, 580-237-7060. Downtown Threads, proudly supporting all local high school athletes.
So we get ready to go here at the Chestnut Trail Expo Center with a berth to the title game on the line. This will be Kremlin Hillsdale in the road red uniforms against Ringwood in the home whites. So they've got 8 minutes on the clock, both teams getting through their starting lineup. For Ringwood, that is number 3, Avery Wallace, a sophomore, 4, Jackson Meyer, a sophomore, Cole Weathers, number 15, a senior, number 23, Easton Crawford, a sophomore, and number 50, Aaron Baker, a senior. For Kremlin Hillsdale, it will be number 12, Everett Bowman, who is a senior.
Kremlin will be visitors, but we're going to go ahead and announce the Kremlin Hillsdale Bronx.
Lennon Schultz, number 22, a sophomore.
A senior.
David Granberg, number 23. He's a sophomore. David Hoover, number 32, he's a senior. Harris Keithley is a junior, number 50. We will tip it off very shortly as Lennon Schultz will go against Aaron Baker for the tip. So for Kremlin Hillsdale, they're playing with house money tonight. They were the 7 seed entering this tournament, and they upset the number 2 seed Timberlake Tigers last night, 49-45. Was your final there. Kremlin Hillsdale got 10 points from Everett Bonine, 8 points from Lennon Schultz, 13 from David Granberg, 2 for David Hoover, 12 from Harris Keithley, 5 from Andrew Wright, 4 for Caden Stewart. Kremlin Hillsdale got scoring from all over the place last night. So they scored their highest point total of the season. Baker against Schultz. Kremlin Hillsdale in their road red uniforms, Ringwood in their home whites. It's the official getting ready to throw it up here. Kremlin Hillsdale will shoot on the right side of your screen, left to right if you're listening on a radio dial, which you are not because this is KHBronx.tv. Right to left for Ringwood, where they will attack. Kremlin Hillsdale wins the jump. Lennon Schultz out-leaped Baker there. Kremlin Hillsdale will have the first possession. This is Granberg. Granberg to Bonine up top, now to Hoover at the left elbow. He kicks it out to Granberg for 3. That one's nothing but net. 3-pointer will get us started here from David Granberg. Kremlin Hillsdale, fast start, 3-0 on their first possession. 7 minutes, 30 seconds left here as...
Beg your pardon, that was David Granberg.
That was Nathan Pearson, the coach for Ringwood. He sent one of the reserves to fix the net. Hook shot there for Baker.
2 points, Aaron Baker.
From the left block, and he will be having his name called a lot tonight for this Ringwood offense. They consist of Baker, Baker, and some more Baker. He is a monster in the middle of that paint. And three-point basket is good for Harris Keithley off the pass from Everett Bonine. And a pair of threes go in to start this one for Kremlin Hillsdale. 6-2 is your score. Kremlin Hillsdale is on top. Man-to-man defense now for Kremlin Hillsdale. This is Wallace up top. He gives it to Crawford. Crawford right elbow. He's guarded by Bonine. Bonine shading off of him. He gives it to Baker. Baker pulls up from the left elbow. That one's no good. Rebound tapped around. That was Weathers who hit the deck. Keithley comes away with it for the Bronx. Bonine dribbling with the left hand. He's guarded by Meyer. Now to Granberg. Granberg, he's guarded by Weathers. Weathers looks okay after taking a hard fall on that rebound. Keithley's going to loft another three. That one's up and no good. Good news there for the Ringwood Red Devils, as they were nearly in a 9-2 hole if Keithley could have cashed that one in. Instead, the lead remains 6-2, and Landon Schultz looked like he might have caught Easton Crawford in the middle of the lane there with an elbow. The sophomore picks up his first foul. That's the first foul in this game. 2 minutes in, 6 minutes left here, first quarter. Kremlin Hillsdale has a lob play to Baker. He passes it over to Crawford. Crawford left block was left unguarded. He put in the easy layup. This is Hoover. Hoover with it now for Kremlin Hillsdale. They've had no trouble breaking the Ringwood pressure. 6-4 your score. Kremlin Hillsdale has had a pair of threes, and Ringwood a pair of twos. This is Granberg right wing. He gives it to Bonine. Bonine back to Granberg. Now underneath to Schultz. Schultz in the outpost spot gets it to Bonine. Top of the key. He'll loft a three. That one's off the rim and out. Rebound tapped around. That's Wallace who comes down with it. Coach Pearson wants his squad to run. This is Baker underneath right block, and we're going to have 2 fouls on Landon Schultz early in this one. That could spell trouble for Kremlin Hillsdale if they can't rely on him to guard Baker. Aaron Baker will be at the free throw line for 2 shots. Baker is a whole head taller than any other player on the court. His first free throw's up and good. Nothing like a big man who can make free throws. Baker proves that he can. The senior has 3 thus far. Ethan Haggard will check out Landon Schultz. Coach Hawkins shaking his head. He knows that he needs Schultz for this game. Schultz picks up 2 fouls less than 3 minutes in. Baker's second free throw rattles out, no good. Rebound goes to Everett Bonine of Kremlin Hillsdale. He lobs it to Harris Keithley. Baker, one hand bats that one way up in the air. Coming down with it now is Ringwood. So turnover on the Bronx. Weathers has it now. 6-5 is your score. Kremlin Hillsdale up by 1. So Baker split those last free throws. Kremlin Hillsdale turned it over, trying to go run in transition off the rebound. So this is Meyer, top of the key. He gets it to Baker, left wing. Now to Wallace. Baker flashes across the lane. He's double teamed. This is Weathers for 3. That one rattles out, no good. Rebound, batted around. Everett Bonine comes down with it, and they're going to say that he was fouled. I believe they called that one on Easton Crawford. First team foul there for Ringwood.
Foul number 23, Easton Crawford.
Kremlin Hillsdale has 2 fouls, both of them on Landon Schultz. That's the first team foul, first personal for Easton Crawford. Bonine, left side to Haggard. Haggard in the middle of this press break. Kremlin Hillsdale got to get it across, now they do. Harris Keithley open for 3. That one's too strong, no good. Rebound to Crawford. Bonine looked like he tied up Crawford there, and Crawford hit the deck. Coach Pearson arguing with the officials, saying, my guys don't just fall down. He thought he was pushed down there by Bonine. Bonine did a good job getting his hands on the basketball and then letting Crawford fall to the floor. So Kremlin Hillsdale have a second chance here. Granberg has it right wing, gives it to Hoover, top of the key. Now to Bonine, cross the lane. His 3-pointer's up and no good. That one was way short. The depth perception of Everett Bonine might have been a little off on that one. This is Wallace. He looked inside for Baker, couldn't get it to him. Crawford now dribbling with the left hand. He's going to shoot a runner from the left baseline. And they're going to say he was fouled on the floor. That's David Hoover. His first, team's third. 4 minutes in, we are halfway through this first quarter of action. This is Meyer who inbounded it to Crawford. Crawford's long 3-pointer's up and good. 3 points there for Cole Weathers. He has 5 now on the day. 8-6. Ringwood is now on top of Kremlin Hillsdale. Berth to the championship game to face the Omega Raiders on the line. Bonine to Granberg. Granberg. And he might have taken 2 big steps there. No call. Bonine Gets the pass from Keithley, now fires it over to David Granberg. Granberg out to Everett Bonine. Bonine dribbling with the right hand. Ringwood content to let Kremlin Hillsdale set up their half-court offense, and Haggard was wide open on that left block. He shot that one too strong. He might have been expecting a contest there from Baker. Baker fires it to Weathers. Weathers' two-pointer from that left block is no good. This is Wallace with the offensive rebound. His putback attempt is no good. We've got another foul. Are they going to call that one on David Hoover? Yes, they are. 2 fouls on David Hoover. Kremlin Hillsdale is in foul trouble early. 14 fouls, and 2 Bronx both have 2 fouls. David Hoover picks up his second. Deep two-pointer there. I believe that was Avery Wallace. Yes, Avery Wallace will hit that from the far baseline. 10-6 now your score. Kremlin Hillsdale trails by 4. Harris Keithley pulls up from the right elbow. His shot was no good. He followed it, tried to get the rebound. And Baker, he lofts that one to Weathers. Weathers in transition. Right-hand layup is good.
Timeout, Kremlin.
Coach Hawkins wants a timeout as he's seen Ringwood go on a 10-0 run. So a 10-0 run for Ringwood makes it 12-6. We'll take a short break here. Be back with you in 45 seconds.
Stream like the pros with Squirtle Live. Find out more at squirtle.com/stream.
Wiggins Auctioneers is a full-service auction company well-versed in selling farm and range land, minerals, commercial and residential properties, as well as equipment, estate, and trust.
All right, back here, first quarter of action, 2:53 left here, first quarter. Bonine has it, gives it to Haggard, now over to Granberg, far side, back to Haggard, to Bonine, side-to-side action here for the Bronx. They break Ringwood's press. Granberg is trapped up top, and Harris Keithley nearly saved it for Kremlin Hillsdale as the half-court trap rattled David Granberg. He tried to pass it to Bonine. Bonine was cutting toward the basket. Coach Hawkins up out of his seat, yelling at David Granberg, saying that was a bad turnover. Maddox Myers checks in. David Hoover checks out. The senior David Hoover has 2 fouls early in this one. We've got a foul underneath as Aaron Baker's 2-point basket from the right block is good. We got a pass from Crawford there, and he went up strong on that right block. Put it in. He's got a chance for a 3-point play. He's 1 for 2 today from the free throw line. So that's Haggard's first. Baker cashes in from the line. He's 2 for 3 now. Ringwood. Haggard checks out. This is Caden Stewart checking in now for Kremlin Hillsdale. This is Pettis checking in for Ringwood. Drake Pettis checking in now for the Red Devils. And the Red Devils are feeding off of this, I don't know what you'd call it. They can tell that the Bronx are rattled, and they are feeding off of it. Oh my goodness, and Everett Bonine lofted a pass there to Harris Keithley. Keithley jumped from backcourt to front. He did not establish himself in the front court. So that is a turnover. Backcourt violation. Everett Bonine passed it to Keithley. Keithley was in the backcourt. 15-6 your score. And we've seen a 13-0 run for Ringwood. This is a left-hand layup from Wallace. That one's no good. Rebound goes to Granberg for Kremlin Hillsdale. They'll try to snap this run. They have been in big trouble. And Harris Keithley grabbed that one. Might have been a walk. No call. And Bonine fired that one just a little bit too hard off the hands of Caden Stewart. Couldn't handle it. Goes to Weathers. Now to Baker free throw line. Takes 2 dribbles. Goes inside. Kicks it out. That's Meyer with it. Now to Baker. To Pettis in the corner. Setting up a play now, a set play. Coach Pearson calls it, is Meyer. To Weathers, now to Baker inside. Caden Stewart did a good job forcing Baker to cough it up. And we've got a jump ball there. It'll stay with Ringwood.
Jump ball there favors the Red Devils.
That was a strange call there. I don't know how they called the jump ball. It looked like Baker was content to let Caden Stewart try to wiggle out. He was face down with the basketball, and Baker reached down with one hand, and they immediately called jump ball. Good defense there from Caden Stewart, getting up into the body of Aaron Baker. That's a missed shot there from the right mid-post. Bonine comes away with the rebound for Kremlin Hillsdale. Granberg squares up for three left wing. That one's up and good. Kremlin Hillsdale needed that one.
3 points.
All Kremlin Hillsdale's points, all three baskets have been three-pointers. 15-9 now your score. Kremlin Hillsdale trails by 6. Ringwood trying to extend their lead. This is Baker. Hands it off to Weathers. Weathers shoots from the NBA three-point line. That one's off the right side, no good. Stewart with the rebound for Kremlin Hillsdale. He gives it to Bonine. Bonine to Maddox Myers. He tried a full court pass. Tried to catch the Red Devils napping. Bad pass there from Bonine. Myers might have seen it and reacted just a little bit late. That one's out of bounds. Turnover Kremlin Hillsdale. Coach Hawkins up out of his seat. Floors his team, clapping his hands. Try and get a stop to end this quarter. 35 seconds left here in this first quarter, and Weathers is going to loft a three. They left him all alone. That was a missed assignment there. Kremlin Hillsdale as Myers got out on Weathers late. And now we've got a turnover. That's a steal, and this is Wallace shooting from the right block. His layup is no good. 2 shots upcoming here for Avery Wallace as a bad pass from the Bronx again leads to an easy opportunity for the Ringwood Red Devils. Avery Wallace will be at the line for 2.
Fouls number 20, Caden Stewart.
Takes 2 dribbles. Caden Stewart with his first foul. 3 dribbles, spins it in his hand. Free throw's too strong, no good. Just as Kremlin Hillsdale looked like they were going to get back into it, Weathers came down, hit a 3-point basket, and then they turned it over on a press break. And Wallace missed his first free throw. His second free throw's up and no good as well. Coach Pearson upset with his guard that he couldn't cash in from the free throw line there. That's Andrew Wright who checked in. He subbed out Everett Bonine. This is Granberg to Wright, now to Myers, to Harris Keithley. Keithley dribbled it out. Could have had a 2-on-1, decided not to take it. This is Stewart from the right baseline. Something you don't see Caden Stewart do is shoot from that baseline. Time was expiring in the first quarter, and he pulled up for 2 and nailed it. So, a pair of 3-point baskets from David Granberg, a 3-pointer from Harris Keithley, and a 2 for Caden Stewart gives the Bronx 11 in that first frame. For Ringwood, they got a 2-point layup for Avery Wallace off a steal. Cole Weathers has hit a pair of 3s and a pair of 2s. That gives him 10. Aaron Baker, big man for Ringwood, has 6. That gives them 18 in that first frame. So we could have a very good one, very fast-paced one here. These teams are both ready to run. Early foul trouble could be a big problem for Kremlin Hillsdale. They have 16 fouls. Oh my goodness. My apologies for not making you aware of that sooner. 16 fouls for Kremlin Hillsdale as Ringwood will be in the bonus the entire second quarter. So any personal foul outside of an offensive foul will result in at least 1 free throw for Ringwood. Only 1 team foul for the Red Devils. Coach Pearson's squad, they play a trapping zone, and they've done a good job of not fouling and just forcing Kremlin Hillsdale into mental mistakes. Only 2 starters on the floor to start this second quarter for Kremlin Hillsdale. This is Caden Stewart inbounding. He'll get it to Andrew Wright. Wright, the freshman, dribbling with the right hand on Drake Pettis. 1-3-1 set up now for Ringwood, and Wright just fired that one right out of bounds at the Ringwood bench. He wasn't looking for David Granberg. He passed it to where he thought he would be. Granberg wasn't there, to say the least. He fired that one right into Coach Pearson's hands. That's a turnover on the first possession of the second quarter for the Bronx. They're down by 7, and this is Crawford. Easy right-hand layup off the pass from Drake Pettis.
2 points. Easton Crawford.
20-11 now your score. 2 points there for Easton Crawford. That's his first basket of the day. This is Stewart. Bounce pass to Granberg. Granberg, he took a 2-on-3, had it poked out of his left hand. That was number 14, Aiden Ham, for the Red Devils. Tapped it out. This is Wright. Gets it into Granberg. Granberg looked to attack. Gets it to Myers, who has a foot inside the 3-point line. That one was tapped out of bounds by Pettis. Now Wright gets it to Myers off the inbound play. Myers picks up his dribble. That was a foolish decision made by Myers. Picked up his dribble with no one pressuring him. Granberg's going to shoot from the corner, see if he can cash in another 3. No good. Rebound goes to Ham. Aiden Ham with the rebound for Ringwood. Going the other way now is Weathers. Weathers' left-hand layup is good. Cole Weathers having himself a game. 12 points just a minute into the second quarter. This is Granberg with it. He's trapped. Gives it to Wright. Wright takes a dribble, and he should not have done that. He tried to break the press by taking a dribble, putting his head down, and then firing it up the court to Harris Keithley. It was stolen away by Ham. This is Crawford underneath. Caden Stewart was all over him. Stewart is going to be called for his second foul. And we'll have a 1-on-1 for Crawford. He will be shooting at least one free throw, so if he makes the first, he will get a second, and if he does not, it'll be a live basketball. 2 fouls on Caden Stewart, 2 fouls on David Hoover, 2 fouls on Landon Schultz, and 1 on Ethan Haggard for the Bronx. That's 17 fouls compared to just 1 for Ringwood. The officials just realizing that Ringwood's in the bonus, lining both squads up now for free throws. Free throw is up and rattles in. Crawford gets the friendly bounce there. He's got 3 today. He'll have a chance for 4 with this second free throw. Takes 2 dribbles, up and good. Crawford. He's got 4 today, all of them coming in this second quarter. Kremlin Hillsdale yet to score in this second frame, while Ringwood has opened it on a 6-0 run. This is David Granberg with it. He passes to Hoover. Hoover, left-hand dribble, gets it to Harris Keithley. He's going to loft a 2-pointer that's up and no good. Putback attempt for Granberg is up and in. 2 points there for David Granberg. Gets the Bronx on the scoreboard in this second quarter. He has 8 today. No, they're going to say Landon Schultz made that basket. I could have sworn that that was David Granberg. I think that the official scorer might have made a mistake there. The guy on the microphone did. Missed shot there from Baker. He's going to be called for his first. As Landon Schultz came down with that rebound, forced Baker to foul him. And Bonine passes it right in the arms of Drake Pettis. That was just a bad pass there by the senior. He's got to know better than that. That was number 11, Jose Rojas, in the game now. Excuse me, number 12, Tanner Greb. Greb tapped it away. Couldn't convert. Everett Bonine came down with the rebound, but a turnover on the other end gives it back to Ringwood. This is Ham underneath. And David Hoover just picked up his third. David Hoover underneath the basket fouled Aiden Ham. And with 5:47 left here, Kremlin Hillsdale's best defender will take a seat once again. He just subbed back in. Was on the floor for about 30 seconds before he fouled Aiden Ham underneath the basket. Hoover picked up his third foul. This is Ham. He made his first free throw attempt. He'll have a second upcoming. Maddox Myers will check out David Hoover once again. 25-13 your score. Kremlin Hillsdale down by 12. Ringwood up by the same margin. Second free throw for Ham. He puts that one up and in. And Coach Hawkins wants a timeout. Full timeout coming. Kremlin Hillsdale down by 13. 26-13. Ringwood has opened this quarter on an 8-2 run. Coach Hawkins will take a full timeout to get his squad in the right mindset here. Things could get out of hand quickly if you're not careful against Nathan Pearson's squad, and Coach Hawkins knows that, wants to settle down his troops, try and set something up for this next offensive possession. We'll take a short break, be right back.
In order to better serve our clients, Wiggins Realty offers conventional for sale listings as well as buyer representation. Whether buying or selling, auction or conventional, we want to be your trusted company. Wiggins Auctioneers, 3 generations strong and setting the standard since 1963.
Imagine a school with more than 26,000 enrollments per year, cultivating opportunities for students to develop new skills and gain industry-recognized certification. Now imagine a corporate training center that partners with more than 500 local businesses each year, providing a productive and prepared workforce for employers in Oklahoma through customized training. Now, imagine a community.
Back here, second quarter of action. Day 2 of the Cherokee Strip Tournament. Ringwood late to get out of the timeout. Landon Schultz waited for Ringwood to set up their pressure. Not sure what Schultz was doing there. He passes it up the court to Myers. Gives it to Granberg. Bounce pass up to Keithley. Keithley right-hand layup is Kremlin Hillsdale. Couldn't get Ringwood never got set up. Coach Nathan Pearson upset that the official gave the ball to Schultz before Ringwood was set up. 2-point basket there, snaps the 13-2 run, or excuse me, the 8-2 run to start this quarter for Ringwood. This is Meyer. Meyer to Baker, hands it back off to Meyer, gives it out to Wallace. Meyer thought about shooting for three, dribbles it inside the lane, bounce pass, that's out to Palmer. Palmer up top to Grab. Now this is Ben Spomer in the game now. Excuse me, not Ben Spomer. And Avery Wallace just hip-checked Maddox Myers into the ground there.
Foul number 3, Avery Wallace.
Avery Wallace called for his first. Ringwood only has 3 team fouls compared to Kremlin Hillsdale's 8. Maddox Myers with it now far side. Good skip pass there from Bonine to break the Ringwood press. Myers with it left side. Kremlin Hillsdale looks a lot more sure-handed now that their primary ball handler Bonine is back on the court. Three-pointer there from Maddox Myers is too strong, no good. Grandberg was up in the air with it. Tapped it up, Wallace came down with it. Now this is Grab. Bounce pass to Wallace, turnaround jumper from the left block is off the front of the rim, no good. This is Palmer with the putback attempt. His shot is no good. Rebound to Grandberg for Kremlin Hillsdale. Lennon Schultz all alone. His right-hand layup is good. Kremlin Hillsdale with a quick 4-0 run off the full timeout from Coach Hawkins. Got to be happy with his team's performance there. They've cut a 13-point lead back to 9. This is Grab with it. To Baker. Baker, foot inside the 3-point line. Bounce pass. This is Meyer at the free throw line. His shot banks in. Always suspicious of those shots from straight on that come off the backboard. Not sure if that's the amount of velocity that you want to put on those, but goes in nonetheless. And David Grandberg was looking for Keithley to drive toward the basket, to cut toward the basket, excuse me. But Keithley's game is 3-point makes. So Keithley will stay out there on the 3-point line as long as teams will let him. Grandberg passed that one right out of bounds. Ball goes to Ringwood. Ringwood up by 11. This is Meyer with it. Now Weathers to Crawford underneath. His reverse layup is no good. Up the court now to Grandberg. Grandberg left wing, dribbling with his right inside the lane. Tried to get it to Schultz. He forced it in there. Baker tapped it away. Stolen by Meyer for Ringwood. Going the other way. Weathers is going to loft a 3-pointer. That one up and rims out. Lennon Schultz came down with it. He held the basketball with both hands, did a good job, and Aaron Baker called for a cheap one there, 90 feet away from his own basket. Coach Nathan Pearson saying, no need to reach in there. And now he's looking at his squad. Hey, we were supposed to set up a press here. What are you guys doing? Back inside the 3-point line in your half-court set. This is Andrew Wright. He's going to pull up way too high there. Tried to kiss it off the top of the glass to avoid the shot blocker, Baker. It was no good. Ringwood going the other way. This is Baker inside. Gets it to Crawford. Crawford underneath. Too short. Bonine taps it around. Ringwood. That was Meyer who tapped it away. Harris Keithley comes down with it. Hectic set there. Bonine fires it across to Myers. Myers now to Wright. Wright thought about shooting it. Gives it back to Myers. Wright going to take a shot off one dribble. Deep 2 from the left elbow's no good. Meyer comes down with it for Ringwood. Sophomore guard, dribbling with the left hand, now the right, hands it off to the senior Cole Weathers. Weathers dribbling with his left hand, he's guarded by Maddox Myers. 2:20 left here, second quarter. Bronx down by 11, Greenwood up by the same margin. And Crawford tried to force it inside to Baker. Good defense there from Lennon Schultz to deny the pass. And Baker will come off the floor. First time we've seen Aaron Baker come off the floor for Ringwood. Bronx have to take advantage of this opportunity. And Crawford, they're going to say that inbounds pass was tipped as Crawford jumped up in the air, grabbed the ball, came down with it. Normally they call that a walk, but they're going to say that it was tipped by the defense. He never had possession when he jumped up and came back down with it. This is Keithley, now to Bonine. Bonine's going to pull up from the free throw line. That one's no good. It's rebounded by Wallace. Wallace just checked back in for Baker. This is Ham now left wing, dribbling with the right hand on the left wing. Up to Meyer. Meyer inside to Crawford. His shot from the left block is good. Crawford, a menace underneath. 32-17 your score now. And Bonine couldn't handle the pass there from Schultz. That was a bad pass from Schultz. He passed it more toward half court while Bonine was a step off of that. Went off his right hand into the hands of a Ringwood defender. Schultz taps it out of bounds. Schultz has to be careful. He has 2 fouls already. Ethan Haggard will check in. Leonard Schultz will check out. Coach Hawkins could see Leonard Schultz was going frustrated out there. Didn't want him to pick up his 3rd foul, just like David Hoover did. Puts Ethan Haggard in to give the Bronx a little bit of size. This is Wallace floater in the middle of the lane. That one's no good. Now Bonine with it. Fires it up to Keithley. Bonine does a good job of keeping his head up while if he's able to pull down a rebound. He can beat Ringwood up the floor oftentimes. This is Bonine. He finds Myers underneath. That was Ham hitting the deck. Wright's going to loft a 3. That one's too short, no good. Rebound fought for, and Ethan Haggard fights with Aiden Ham. Possession arrow gives it to the Red Devils. David Granberg checks in for Andrew Wright. Good minutes there from the freshman Andrew Wright. Brought her to spark off the bench. So Kremlin Hillsdale was able to cut the Ringwood lead to 9, and it is back up to 15. That's the largest lead of the game for Ringwood. This is Wallace from the right mid-post. That one's up and good.
2 points.
Kremlin Hillsdale has to find a way to get some stops. Ringwood's best player is off the court right now, but they are still scoring. Maddox Myers comes down with it. Harassed by Wallace. Myers gives it back to Bonine. 32 seconds left here in the half. Bronx down by 17. Keithley to Bonine. Now to Granberg, inside to Haggard at the elbow. Bonine way outside here. He's a couple feet off of the NBA three-point line. He's going to hold it for the last possession. 15 seconds left here in the half. Bonine dribbling with the right hand, gives it to Keithley. Keithley, left-hand dribble to Bonine, left wing, gives it to Granberg. Granberg, trapped, fires over to Myers. 5 seconds, 4 seconds. Myers finds Bonine. Bonine is going to pull up for a deep 2. That one's off the rim and out. No good there for Everett Bonine as Kremlin Hillsdale got a little bit discombobulated to end the half. They were trying to set up a set play. Pressure from Ringwood disrupted that. And Ringwood will take the lead into the halftime break. 34-17 your score. I'll give you a scoring summary real quick before we take our halftime break. We've got 8 points for David Granberg, 7 points for Harris Keithley, 2 for Caden Stewart. And that's all for Kremlin Hillsdale. We had a meager second quarter there, only scoring 6. We scored 11 in that first quarter, only managed 6 in that second frame to give them 17 at halftime. For Ringwood, they've gotten 2 from Avery Wallace, 2 from Jackson Meyer, 6, 9, 12 for Cole Weathers, 6 for Easton Crawford, 6 for Aaron Baker, 2 for Aiden Ham, according to my ledger. I'll be missing some points there for Ringwood as they managed 16 points after an 18-point first quarter performance. So 34-17 is your score. Coach Hawkins and Nathan Nance have yet to find their way into the Kremlin Hillsdale locker room. Talking about how to strategize and come back on these Ringwood Red Devils. So 34-17 is your score. Ringwood on top of Kremlin Hillsdale. Birth to the title game on the line in this Cherokee Strip tournament. We'll be right back in about 8 minutes with your third quarter of action.
Community resource who believes our business thrives when our community thrives. We aren't just the local Votech. We are Autry Technology Center.
At Jumbo Foods, our commitment and involvement in the community has always been the driving force behind the way we do business. We are proud to support local initiatives from food pantries, church programs, our hometown first responders, frontline workers, teachers and school employees, surrounding schools, and so much more. Jumbo Foods, where customers and community matter most since 1987.
Life is a gift of building memories, accepting changes, and sharing experiences.
I don't think I ever really realized the importance of a funeral home until my mother passed away 2 years ago. Everything was just taken care of. Those are decisions you never want to make, and they were extremely helpful in leading us down that path. If you want your family to be taken care of in one of the hardest times of your life, you want to call Ladislaw Evans.
Ladislaw Evans Funeral Home, the name you know and the people you can trust.
Babe, it's time we go to Stewart Nissan. We need to trade in our old vehicle for a new one.
I'm already on it, honey.
Shop StewartNissanOfVenus.com from the comfort of your home and get great deals like $1,000 cash back on the all-new 2020 Nissan Sentra and $4,000 off the 2020 Murano.
And we even deliver right to your door.
Stewart Nissan, where our people make the difference.
Wilshire Cabinet & Company sets the new standard in Oklahoma with custom pre-finished fine cabinetry, built in America to last a lifetime. Meet our expert team as we get to know you and your style of living in your home. Make the perfect choices to fit your design and budget with an unrivaled level of service. Complete your project with stunning selections from our hardware, Cambria countertop, and accessory collections. Experience our gallery, where inspiration is always fun, fresh, and lively.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Is your school or booster club looking for ways to fundraise? Let Downtown Threads create a custom website to showcase all your school apparel. You pick the design and the garment, we do the rest. We will handle all the payments and cut you one check when the website is closed. Call today, 580-237-7060. Downtown Threads, proudly supporting all local high school athletes.
Stream like the pros with Squirtle Live. Find out more at squirtle.com/stream.
Wiggins Auctioneers is a full-service auction company well-versed in selling farm and ranch land, minerals, commercial and residential properties, as well as equipment, estate, and trust liquidations. In order to better serve our clients, Wiggins Realty offers conventional for-sale listings as well as buyer representation. Whether buying or selling, auction or conventional, we want to be your trusted company. Wiggins Auctioneers, 3 generations strong and setting the standard since 1963.
Imagine a school with more than 26,000 enrollments per year, cultivating opportunities for students to develop new skills and gain industry-recognized certification. Now imagine a corporate training center that partners with more than 500 local businesses each year, providing a productive and prepared workforce for employers in Oklahoma through customized training. Now, imagine a community resource who believes our business thrives when our community thrives. We aren't just the local Votech, we are Autry Technology Center.
At Jumbo Foods, our commitment and involvement in the community has always been the driving force behind the way we do business. We are proud to support local initiatives from food pantries, church programs, our hometown first responders, frontline workers, teachers and school employees, surrounding schools, and so much more. Jumbo Foods, where customers and community matter most since 1987.
Life is a gift of building memories, accepting changes, and sharing experiences.
I don't think I ever really realized the importance of a funeral home until my mother passed away 2 years ago. Everything was just taken care of. Those are decisions you never want to make, and they were extremely helpful in leading us down that path. If you want your family to be taken care of in one of the hardest times of your life, you want to call Ladislaw Evans.
Ladislaw Evans Funeral Home, the name you know and the people you can trust.
Babe, it's time we go to Stewart Nissan. We need to trade in our old vehicle for a new one.
I'm already on it, honey.
Shop Stewart Nissan of Enid.com from the comfort of your home and get great deals like $1,000 cash back on the all-new 2020 Nissan Sentra and $4,000 off the 2020 Murano.
And we even deliver right to your door.
Stewart Nissan, where our people make the difference.
Wilshire Cabinet and Company sets the new standard in Oklahoma with custom pre-finished fine.
All right, back here before we get started here, third quarter of action. We've got about a minute until we begin this third quarter. Ringwood in the home white uniforms is up by 17. They've doubled up Kremlin Hillsdale. 34-17 is your halftime score. For Ringwood, again in the white uniforms, they've gotten 4 points from Avery Wallace, the sophomore, 4 points from Jackson Meyer, 12 points from Cole Weathers, the senior, 8 points for Easton Crawford, the sophomore, and 6 for Aaron Baker, the senior, as well as 2 from Aiden Ham at the free throw line. That gives them 34. They scored 18 in the first quarter, 16 in the second. For Kremlin Hillsdale, they scored 11 in that first quarter and 6 in the second. They've gotten contributions. Lennon Schultz has 2. David Granberg has 8. Harris Keithley has 5. And Caden Stewart has 2. So both teams huddle up 20 seconds before we resume play here. Bronx are in some foul trouble. Caden Stewart has 2. Ethan Haggard has 1. Lennon Schultz has 2. And David Hoover, the senior, probably Kremlin Hillsdale's best defender, has 3. And this is Everett Bonine with it now. 1-3-1 zone set up here for Ringwood. Now Bonine. It's inside. That was Schultz. He got it outside to Keithley. Keithley's three-pointer rims out. He got a good look from the corner. Wasn't able to cash in there. Got to be happy with that if you're Coach Hawkins on the first possession and get your best three-point shooter an open look. This is Baker. He gets it out to Meyer. Meyer, jump pass to Weathers. Weathers' three-pointer's up and go. Sometimes you just got to tip your cap when a guy that you weren't expecting is having a great night. That's what Cole Weathers is having. Senior has 15. This is Bonine. Fires it left wing to David Granberg. Granberg took a dribble, gave it back to Bonine. Now to Granberg. Granberg underneath to Schultz. Schultz tried to get it up top to Bonine. It was stolen by Cole Weathers. Weathers. Looks like he's playing at a different speed. He gives it to Wallace. Wallace gives it right back to to Weathers. Weathers' three-pointer's up and no good, and that one goes out of bounds. They're going to say it'll stay with Ringwood. Tapped out of bounds by Kremlin Hillsdale. They'll set up. Are they going to stay in man? Yes, they'll stay in man for this baseline out of bounds. One of the toughest things to do in basketball is stay in man-to-man from baseline out of bounds. So much action going on as they inbounded it to Crawford. His three-pointer is up and no good. Baker's putback attempt is 39-17. Ringwood still on top of Kremlin Hillsdale, this time by 22. Three-pointer there from Harris Keithley, and they needed that one.
3 points, Harris Keithley.
So 8 points now for Harris Keithley. He gets the scoring started for Kremlin Hillsdale. This is Weathers. Weathers up top. He's guarded by Hoover. Now Crawford with it at the right elbow. Bonine did a good job of getting a hand on it. Could have been a jump ball call there. And out of bounds. Ball goes to Ringwood. Everett Bonine tapped that one out of bounds. He was harassing Easton Crawford. And they'll force Ringwood to reset. This is Jackson Meyer, the sophomore, with it. Dribbling with the left hand. Gives it up to Baker, left wing. Now to Wallace, to Meyer, right wing. Inside to Baker. Schultz got up in the air, and Baker's shot fake. Shot was up and no good. Crawford came down with the rebound on the left block. Really going to whistle the foul on here. So Crawford got the offensive rebound, was trying to go back up for 2. He's 2 for 2 from the line today. They get that foul on Everett Bonine. That's his first, the opening foul of this second half. Kremlin Hillsdale is down by 19. Crawford misses that one.
That was number 12.
We'll have a second upcoming. Can make this lead 20. Largest lead was that halftime lead of 17. And he missed all of the things that were in the way of that. I mean, That was no net, no rim, no nothing. Goes out of bounds, and it's just a lackadaisical pass there from Kremlin Hillsdale as they turn it over. Weathers' three-pointer is up and no good. Kremlin Hillsdale has it, thanking their lucky stars that Weather missed a wide-open three there. And David Granberg travels with it. Kremlin Hillsdale just giving Ringwood free possessions. Weathers gives it to Myers. Meyer. 5:43 left here in the third quarter. This is Wallace, finds Baker underneath. One was tapped out of his hands by Landon Schultz, gives it to Everett Bonine. He fires it, tried to get it to Landon Schultz on the opposite block to catch Ringwood napping. You're not going to do that very often, as Ringwood was there, tapped it out of bounds. And if I'm Coach Hawkins here, he doesn't see it, but they made David Granberg, Kremlin Hillsdale's leading scorer, run. Oh, I'd call that an easy 25 yards into the corner of this building. This expo center is very spacious, and Granberg chased down that loose ball. I would make a reserve get that 7 days of the week and twice on Sunday. Bonine. Nonetheless, Granberg exerts the energy to run 25 yards there and 25 back. Kremlin Hillsdale with it now. Granberg with it to Bonine. Bonine evaluating on this 1-3-1. Bronx haven't faced a 1-3-1 this season. This is Hoover dribbling with the right hand. Minor walked with it, no call. Gives it up to Granberg. Granberg to Bonine left wing. Sees Schultz. Instead gives it baseline to Hoover. Hoover was almost trapped, took a dribble. Now is trapped. That was just a poor decision there by David Hoover. He dribbled it right into a trap and wasn't looking to score, instead looking to pass. And he's bailed out there by a foul on Easton Crawford. That's his second. Team's first of this half. Now Granberg with it. Hoover gives it to Bonine. Far corner. That one's tapped out. Jackson Meyer will have a left-hand layup. Schultz was racing back the other way, and Meyer lost it at the last second. Landon Schultz was stomping down the floor. You could hear his footsteps from up here, pressuring Jackson Meyer, and Meyer just had it go off of his knee. That is a strange, anxious feeling when you can feel the entire gym looking at you, racing after you, and you are all alone on a fast break. And Bonine just passed that one out of bounds. Typically you see three men wide on that press break for the Kremlin Hillsdale Bronx. No one set up on that right side, and Bonine passed it to no one out of bounds right to the Ringwood bench. 19 points is your Ringwood lead, 39-20. Three-pointer there from Pettis is up and no good. Rebound Wallace. Avery Wallace comes down with it for the Red Devils, and that's a two-pointer from Crawford. That one's no good. Rebound tapped away, fought for. David Granberg comes down with it for Kremlin Hillsdale. Kremlin Hillsdale in their red road uniforms, led by Pettis. Pettis gets beat. Bonine on a spin move there. Pettis, smallest player on the floor, will make up for it with his energy. Bonine fires it over to Keithley. Keithley to the elbow to Hoover. Hoover had it tapped out from behind there as Weathers. Active hands. Pettis comes away with the steal. His right-hand layup is no good. Oh my goodness, and a little friendly fire there as Bonine took it away from Landon Schultz there. Wallace underneath, left block. His layup is no good. Rebound to David Hoover. Hoover to Bonine. Bonine to Granberg. Granberg bringing it up the right side. Between the legs dribble, finds Hoover wide open at the elbow, and he missed everything there. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you can call a timeout if you're Coach Hawkins. He only has 3 left. I mean, nearly everything that can go wrong is for Coach Hawkins and Kremlin Hillsdale. They've had a 3-point basket from Harris Keithley, and that is it in the second half. They have turned it over a handful of times. So this is Wallace with it now. Greb lofts a 3. That one's good. Tanner Greb, the sophomore, comes off the bench and nails a 3. Andrew Wright, the freshman, tries to break the press by dribbling. Not always a good idea. He does it though. Gets past half court. Harris Keithley for 3. That one's too strong, no good. Rebound came right back to him, but Drake Pettis comes away with it for the Red Devils. Ringwood going the other way. This is Wallace driving down the middle of the lane. His right-hand layup is no good, too short. Then Schultz rips it away for Kremlin Hillsdale. Wright got the pass from Schultz. He fired it up the court to Harris Keithley. Keithley never really got control of it. Greb comes away with it for Ringwood. Pettis, he's going to be fouled. And, oh my goodness, David Hoover just picked up his 4th with 2 minutes and 50 seconds left here in the third quarter. David Hoover picks up his fourth, and that is a problem for Kremlin Hillsdale.
Pettis at the line
They
shooting
have not had
one.
a lot go right for them in this one. Pettis at the line for an and one opportunity. He made that right-hand layup. He'll shoot one at the free throw line here. Pettis has provided great energy for this Red Devil squad off the bench. Misses the free throw. Fortunately for Kremlin Hillsdale, this is Wright with it. Now Myers checked out David Hoover. He'll loft a three, and that one's good. Kremlin Hillsdale still showing signs of life, but the lead is now 21 for Ringwood. Three-pointer there from Pettis. That one's no good. Rebound goes to David Granberg for Kremlin Hillsdale. He dribbled with the right hand. Pressured by Pettis. Keithley with it now in the front court. Gives it to Granberg. Granberg gives it to Schultz. Schultz right block. Got Baker in the air. Went up for two on a fadeaway.
2 points, Landon Schultz.
He got an easy two-pointer out of that. 4 points now for Landon Schultz. 19 points is the lead for Ringwood. So if you're Kremlin Hillsdale, you've just got to slowly chip away at this lead. Focus on scoring points every possession. Bearing down defensively, and Andrew Wright is tied up there. That's Logan Palmer, the sophomore, who was wrestling with Wright there. So possession arrow favors the Red Devils. Landon Schultz checks out. Caden Stewart checks in. This is Greb. Greb thought about a three-pointer. Instead gives it to Pettis. Pettis now to Meyer. Meyer right wing, guarded by Harris Keithley. Pair of cutters cutting through the lane. This is Palmer. Palmer kicks it out to Greb. Greb's three-pointer's too strong, no good. Rebound goes to Harris Keithley. He gives it to Andrew Wright. Wright is going to be trapped in the backcourt. And luckily for him, he's able to find Harris Keithley. Bronx left him all alone, and Granberg passed that right into the hands of Pettis. Andrew Wright comes down with the loose ball. Gives it over to Myers, left wing. Wright going to take two dribbles. Attack the basket, gives it out to Granberg. He's going to loft a three-pointer. That one's no good. Kremlin Hillsdale is going to need those to fall to get back into this one. 1 minute left here, third quarter. This is Greb, left-hand layup, and he was hacked by Caden Stewart. Stewart is going to pick up his third there. And all the Bronx big men are in foul trouble.
Grab at the line.
Greb will shoot two. He hit a three-pointer earlier in this third quarter. Checking in for the first time in this half. First free throw is up and good. First free throw is up and good there for Greb. And this is the second free throw for Greb. Is up and no good. Yes, no good. Granberg comes down with it. Gives it to Stewart. Stewart now to Wright. Wright to Myers. Beautiful press break there from Kremlin Hillsdale. Myers, his right-hand layup rims in. Lucky break there for Myers. His right-hand layup is good. He'll be at the line for one. 45 to 25, 45 to 27 now as they correct the scoreboard. One free throw upcoming for Maddox Myers. He can cut the lead to 17. Free throw is up and rattles out, no good. Avery Wallace comes away with it for Ringwood. This is Greb. Greb dribbling with the left hand. His floater's up and no good. Right over the top of Ethan Haggard. Ethan Haggard had about 6 inches on him. But Greb lofted it right over his head. And that's a turnover there as Kremlin Hillsdale had it poked away. I believe that was Andrew Wright. And Greb is left all alone. He shoots an NBA three-pointer. That one's no good. Long shot produces long rebound. And Palmer comes down with it for Ringwood. They left Greb all alone on that last possession. We'll see if Kremlin Hillsdale can find Greb now. And that ball goes off the support beam, off the hands of a Red Devil. Aiden Ham checks in. Drake Pettis checks out for Ringwood. So 18 seconds now. Harris Keithley gives it to Caden Stewart. Stewart picks up his dribble. And he did not put enough on that bounce pass as it's stolen by Avery Wallace. Middle of the lane, jump stop there for Wallace. His two-pointer's up and no good. He gets his own rebound, putback is up and in. Avery Wallace, 2 points there to end this quarter. Time will expire here. 49 to 27 is your score. Kremlin Hillsdale down by 22 at the end of this third frame. Ringwood shouts of confidence as they believe that they've clinched a spot in the championship game tomorrow night. 49-27 your score, 22-point lead for Ringwood. On top of Kremlin Hillsdale, 49-27. We'll be back in 45 seconds.
Cabinetry, built in America to last a lifetime. Meet our expert team as we get to know you and your style of living in your home. Make the perfect choices to fit your design and budget with an unrivaled level of service. Complete your project with stunning selections from our hardware, Cambria countertop, and accessory collections. Experience our gallery, where inspiration is always fun, fresh, and lively.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Is your school or booster club looking for ways to fundraise? Let Downtown Threads create a custom website to showcase all your school apparel. You pick the design and the garment, we do the rest. We will handle all the payments and cut you one check when the website is closed. Call today, 580-237-7060. Downtown Threads, proudly supporting all local.
Back here, fourth quarter of action. This is Andrew Wright with it. Harris Keithley thought about an NBA three-pointer, decided against it, gives it up to Granberg, top of the key. Ringwood now in a 2-1-2 zone, extended well past the three-point line. Their guards are very aggressive. That's one of Nathan Pearson, coach for Ringwood's hallmarks. It's an aggressive trapping defense. Landon Schultz couldn't handle the pass from Myers. Myers gets it back, gives it up to Granberg. Now Wright nearly stepped into a three-pointer, instead fired to the corner for Harris Keithley. Keithley lobs it up to David Granberg. Kremlin Hillsdale still has possession 40 seconds into this fourth quarter. Max Myers has a foot on the line. Gives it out to David Granberg. Granberg now to Harris Keithley. Bronx are working hard to find a shot here. Andrew Wright finally shoots from the right corner. That one's up and no good. Rebound offensive. David Granberg comes down with it. Bounce pass to Landon Schultz. His two-pointer's up and too strong, no good. And David Granberg lifted both hands up above his head, thinking that it was off of Ringwood. Instead, it was off of Kremlin Hillsdale. Possession will go to Ringwood. Kremlin Hillsdale empty on their first possession of this fourth quarter, and they cannot afford to have that happen too many more times if they want to get back in this one. 49-27 your score. This is Jackson Meyer as mass substitution upcoming for Ringwood. Aiden Ham gives it to Tanner Greb. Greb got a ball screen there from Wallace. He lost it. Should have been called a double dribble. No call. Meyer, long two-pointers up and no good. Offensive rebound, Avery Wallace. Wallace fighting hard for the offensive rebound there. He gets it. Goes up for the putback, and they're going to say he's fouled. Andrew Wright is guilty of the foul there. That is the team's second. The team's fourth. Hillsdale has been whistled for fouls all night. Nothing different here in this fourth quarter. First free throw there for Wallace is up and good. He's got 7 now. Avery Wallace. Substitutions now for Ringwood. That's Baker, Crawford, Weathers, and Pettis back onto the floor. And Wallace converts both. Avery Wallace will check out. Checking in now. Number 11, that's Jose Rojas. Rojas into the game for the first time now. He's in with most of the first unit players. This is Wright. He passes now to Granberg. Back to Wright. Dribbling with the right hand. One hand pass over to Myers. Myers to Keithley in the corner. His three's up and good. Harris Keithley. Small light and an otherwise very dark performance here for Kremlin Hillsdale. He's now in double digits. That's the first Bronx scorer now to reach double figures. Baker gives it up to Weathers. Kremlin Hillsdale now down by 21. Baker now to Weathers. Weathers looking inside. He finds Pettis. Pettis on the right block guarded by Keithley. Kicks it out to Baker. Baker takes a dribble at the free throw line. He pulls up. That one's up and no good. Rebound fought for. Andrew Wright controls, and he's going to go in transition. And they're going to say that Drake Pettis tapped that one out of bounds. Pettis had both hands up in the air, and the ball flew out of bounds. Looked like it might have gone off of Wright's knee, but Kremlin retains possession regardless. Now Schultz finds Granberg. Granberg guarded by Pettis. Dribbles past him, gives it to Myers. Myers open for 3, top of the key. That one's up and no good. He gets his own rebound. Of course, long shots produce long rebounds as frequent listeners so often hear me say, this is a skip pass from Myers, now to Keithley. Keithley left wing, dribbling with the right hand, finds Myers right wing. How about giving it to Wright? Now he does. Right up top, attacking that zone to Myers in the right corner, tried to feed it inside to Schultz, and that was a quick whistle on a jump ball. Oh my goodness, Schultz was ripping it away from defenders, and they said that a jump ball was called. Apparently they thought that Schultz was tied up. Schultz was able to rip it out almost immediately, but a jump ball gives possession to Ringwood. This is Crawford underneath. His turnaround jumper's no good. This is Weathers now with the rebound. Rojas is going to loft a three-pointer for Ringwood. That one's too strong, no good. Baker fighting with Schultz for the rebound. That goes to Maddox Myers. Maddox Myers gives it to Andrew Wright. Wright dribbling with the right hand now. And that's a weak pass. That was an easy steal there for Weatherston. Pettis' two-point layup is blocked. Andrew Wright did a great job of hustling back there for Kremlin Hillsdale. So all Ringwood players will be relieved here. We've got a new Ringwood Red Devil on the floor. That's number 22, Alex Gonzalez, the freshman. Coach Pearson saying, get it in bounds and back it out. Reb was going to shoot a three-pointer. And
3 points.
Coach Pearson says, all right, if you're going to make it, fine. Grab a three-point bucket there. He's got 9 today. This is Maddox Myers now left side. The lead is 24 for Ringwood. Three-pointer here from Andrew Wright. That one's off the front of the iron, no good. Schultz fighting for the rebound. His putback attempt is 6 points for Lennon Schultz. All of them have come on putback attempts just like that. Call him the trash man. He fights hard for offensive rebounds, and if he grabs a hold of it, he'll put it right back up and in. Ringwood double in now is Cody Conway, the freshman. He takes it with the right hand. It's up and
2
good.
points. Cody Conway.
Cody Conway, first action of the day. He sinks the layup. Maddox Myers left wing gives it up to Wright. Now to Harris Keithley, well outside the NBA three-point line. Now to Granberg. Granberg open in the corner. That one rattles out. Looked good. Was halfway down, then rattled out. And Schultz comes down with the loose ball. And they're going to say he was fouled. Who are they going to call that on? They're going to call that on 22, Alex Gonzalez.
That was on number 22, Alex Gonzalez.
So all the Ringwood reserves getting into this one. Your score is 56-32. Ringwood on top of Kremlin Hillsdale. Three-pointer there from Andrew Wright. It's up and no good. Rebound fought for, controlled. That was Logan Palmer who came down with it. The sophomore gives it to Drake Pettis. Pettis is going to pull up for three. That one's up and no good. Ham and Wright were fighting for it. They're going to say it's off of Ham. Give it to Kremlin Hillsdale. Haggard gives it to Andrew Wright. 3:20 left here in this fourth quarter. Ringwood up 24 will face Lamega tomorrow night in the championship game. Three-pointer here for Harris Keithley. That one's up and good from the right wing.
3
He's got
points.
14 today. 4 three-pointers made for Harris Keithley. He's having no trouble with the spacious gym at the Expo Center. Inside now is Gonzalez. Gonzalez is fouled by Wright on a 2-point shot on that left block. So 2 points up, or 2 free throws upcoming here for Alex Gonzalez. 2:56 left here, and we will have substitutions for Kremlin Hillsdale.
That was number 5.
As the starters move to the end of the bench for Kremlin Hillsdale, they wave the reserves up to the front. Gonzalez's first free throw rattles in. This is Snodgrass checking in along with Myers. And Nathan Smith. The second free throw for Gonzalez coming. That one's a moon shot. That missed everything. So first free throw looked great for Alex Gonzalez, and he airballed the second one by a wide margin. 57-35 your score. Ringwood on top of Kremlin Hillsdale by 22. This is Wright bringing it up now for the Bronx. He finds a new sub, Mac Morris. Morris over to Wright, and that one is stolen away. New substitution there. I missed him coming in. I don't have a number 20 on this roster. We're going to say that that is Jace Hafner for Ringwood. So Jace Hafner with the steal, missed the left-handed layup, but the rebound was out of bounds on the Bronx. It'll remain with Ringwood. This is Hafner, right baseline. And correct me, Hafner with the three there. So 21 is Jace Hafner, and 20 is our mystery man. I will not have a name for you unless he scores a basket. This is Alquitas, right baseline. He tried to feed it inside to Snodgrass. That one was stolen away. This is Rojas. Rojas going the other way. And 3 Bronx converge. Tapped it out of bounds. Ball stays with Ringwood. 2 minutes, 10 seconds left here, fourth quarter. Matthew Pritchett checks in for Kremlin Hillsdale. So it's all academic at this point. 24-point lead for Ringwood. 2 minutes, 10 seconds left in this fourth quarter. This is Conaway, right block. He converts on that baseline out of bounds play.
2 points, Cody Conaway.
4 points now for Cody Conaway. This is Nathan Smith bringing it up for Kremlin Hillsdale. Gives it to Mac Morris. Morris back to Smith. Back to Morris, dribbling with the left hand, and that one's stolen away by Alex Gonzalez. Gonzalez, in the face of Morris, was able to tap it away. Going the other way, left hand layup for Alex Gonzalez. He's got 3 today. Off a free throw and that made basket. Gonzalez finds Matthew Pritchett. He pulls up from the NBA three-point line and nails it. Oh my goodness, Matthew Pritchett from NBA range. He has been waiting all year to have an NBA three-point line painted, and he knocks it down from way downtown. 63-38 your score. 25 points is your lead for Ringwood. We got a foul. They call that one on Nathan Smith, and I think that was just to get more substitutions in for Kremlin Hillsdale. Matthew Pritchett came into the game and knocked down an NBA three-pointer. And Wade Ratzliff comes in along with John Rose. Underneath is Conaway, left-hand layup. That one's up and no good. John Hinkie Rose, excuse me. And that's Donovan Helterbrand who came down with it for the Bronx. Haley Holtzel into the game. Bringing it up is Wade Ratzliff. And did they call a foul here? They called that one on Alex Gonzalez. 4th team foul for Ringwood. A minute left here. Ringwood is up by 25. Almost tapped away by Hafner. And no, they're just going to say that Ratzliff passed that one out of bounds. Coach Hawkins looking at the official like, are we sure that that's what that play was? But the call stands. Ringwood with it now. Mystery man number 20 bringing it up. I always hate it when you can't call a kid's name on the air because rosters given are incorrect. This is 33. Jose Navarro in now. Gives it to Hafner. Navarro. His bench pleading with him to shoot. He does. Long three-pointer there from Navarro's up and no good. Rebound goes to Cameron Groves. Officials stop play. Substitutions coming in now for the Bronx. That's Donovan Helterbrand and Bailey Holtzel. Holtzel gets it in. This is Wade Ratzliff. Ratzliff has it taken away. Alex Gonzalez.
2 points, Alex Gonzalez.
And a steal and score. Gonzalez has 5. Gonzalez in the face of Ratzliff. He finds Holtzel. This is a three-pointer there from Helterbrand. That one's no good. Gonzalez cherry-picking the other way. And he decides not to shoot the layup. Good sportsmanship there as time will expire. 65-38 your score. Ringwood advances to the championship game where they will face Lamega. Kremlin Hillsdale will face Cherokee in the 3rd place game.
That is the last game of the night.
They had a tough basketball game the last time they played Cherokee. That was Tuesday when Cherokee and Kremlin Hillsdale met, and they will have a rematch. 43-29, Cherokee was able to defeat Kremlin Hillsdale at Kremlin, and they will have a rematch tomorrow for hardware. 3rd place game in the Cherokee Strip Tournament will come down to Cherokee and Kremlin Hillsdale. Again, your final 65-38, Ringwood over Kremlin Hillsdale. We'll be back for your day 3 of action tomorrow around 4 o'clock. Hayden Bodine, this has been day 2 coverage of Cherokee Strip Conference Tournament from the Chisholm Trail Expo Center. Good night, we'll see you tomorrow.
High school athletes.